Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching this from and when you're watching it. Celine Driver, or if you know me by my first name, Dane. Um, Coming to you with the video that I knew I was going to be making eventually, but I didn't really want to make, quite honestly. Um, Yesterday, being September 16th, 2022, I posted up and told a few of you directly uh, the news of my father's passing. He had been ill for quite a while. I'm not going to go into the details of his illness. That's not necessary or, quite frankly, anybody's business. But as a lot of you know, I missed a lot of live streams of my own. I've been somewhat absent attending and moderating live streams for people like Lou, like BVD, um, Random Rob. I'm one of his main moderators, or I was, on his weekly live stream. Um, a lot of you probably missed me at social events like car shows. I wasn't at several Celine Club of America events. Um, Quite frankly, I've been here, close by. My parents live very close to me, and I stayed very close to home because you never knew when my father and mother would need me for various reasons to help take care of my father. Um, he was actually doing quite well for most of the year, nearly a year that there was this incident, which took me away from a lot of things. Willingly, I'm not complaining. I will never, and will never complain about helping to take care of my father. It's a son's duty to take care of his parents as they took care of me when I needed it, both as a child and even the incidences as an adult, usually involving physical injury to myself. Um, Most of that time, I'd say 95% of that time, he was doing well. He was not in the best of shape, but he was doing well. He was able to function more or less as normal as possible. In the past little while, there were some complications and some deterioration, and he fell off very quickly. And when my mother and I, couldn't take care of him anymore, we sought out professional help and found it in the form of a hospice who took excellent, excellent care of him in his final days. And on Friday the 16th, he passed away very quietly, very painlessly. He just faded out and passed, died. And even when you know that it's coming, as a family member, a wife, a husband, a son, a daughter, a brother, a sister, even when you know it's coming, it's still a shock. And I'm still trying to process it now. I'm kind of numb. I can't concentrate really. I find myself thinking of one thing and then immediately thinking of something completely different. And I had to go out earlier today, and I don't remember how I got there. I know I was in my car, but I don't remember the drive. I just I got there. I got home. Um, there will be a memorial for my dad at some point. A few people were asking about where do you send flowers, that kind of thing. I talked with my mom about it, and we agreed we would prefer, instead of you sending flowers, which is not something that you know that's not necessary. If you, in lieu of flowers, we're probably going to ask you to make a donation either to Ringling College into their general scholarship fund, if that's possible. Perhaps to the hospice directly, if that's possible. We're going to find these things out. And if none of that's possible, you can send something to my PayPal ID, and I will cut a check for that money to probably to Ringling College or the hospice. I don't know. It's all very fluid right now, and we don't even know when the memorial is going to be right now. We're still working on that. I love my father dearly. He was a great man. To me, he was a giant. He was one of the people I admired most in my life. He was one of the leading radiologists in the country. People sought him out for treatment. Other doctors sought him out for confirmation of diagnosis. He was one of the fastest angioplasty physicians. The balloon thing they do for arteries. He could do it so quickly and so accurately, it stunned a lot of people. He was a fantastic doctor. Surgeons sought him out for advice. He had a fantastic financial mind. He trained the financial advisor that he worked with. Both of them. When the first one died, a wonderful man who we all loved dearly and died way too soon, he trained him, and then he trained his replacement. And she is a wonderful, wonderful woman. Going to be very important in my life and my children's life. He was a collector of glass, art glass, blown glass, cast glass. He became one of the foremost collectors in the world. He gave lectures. He gave tours. He set up exhibits. He endowed a gallery at the Ringling College and endowed a pair of buildings at the college, including a working educational glass hot shop. Complete. Furnaces, annealing ovens, all the equipment an art shop, a glass blowing shop would need. Everything. Everything is there. That collection will be continued to be displayed for the public in his name. He was I think in looking back on the years, I think he was a very good father. He was not the warmest and fuzziest of people. His generation, his profession, his temperament didn't allow, the warmest and fuzziest, but you knew that he loved you, and you knew that he cared, even if he didn't express it. He loved his family. He did everything for them. He did everything for my family. He has educated his granddaughters, provided for their education. He's provided for much of what they have and much of what they are. He was a great contributor to the community. And oh, by the way, a hell of a watch collector as well. He got me restarted in the hobby, and I love it. I'm really going to miss my father. It's been a long time since I had a relative, a direct relative in my family pass. In fact, it was 1993 when I lost both my maternal grandparents within 3 months of each other. It's been that long. And honestly, I don't know how to process it. I don't know. I don't think anyone knows how to really process it. Right now, I'm going to focus on taking care of my mom, who is, as you can probably figure, a bit of a wreck. Although that woman is a rock. She may get overly excited and a little bit, every once in a while, but there is an inner strength in that woman that is fantastic. But I'm going to help her out anyway I can. I'm going to concentrate on my daughters. One of them is pretty much set her own life up pretty well. The other one is still in school, and we'll work with her. Try to continue what my father was doing with respect to the glass art world. I mean, my mom and I are now the face of this family, and eventually, I'm going to have to educate myself because eventually I'm going to be the face of this family for that purpose. I really don't know how exactly to eulogize or memorialize my father. I don't want to be sad about his passing. I want to celebrate his life. And that's mainly the reason I'm making this video. I'm trying to begin to coalesce the various things that I want people to know about my father. He was greater than the sum of his parts. He did a lot of things to make this world a better place. And I think he succeeded. And I think he would think he succeeded. But that is for other people to judge, including me. For me, I think his life was a great success. It was a life well lived. And I know that God greets my father now as a friend. Godspeed, Dad. I'm going to miss you.